over Yorkshire. Oh, yeah. Looks like 4-4-1. Wolves with a new name in goal. Louis Molden is on trial from Manchester City, the England under-19 international.
Good afternoon and welcome to LUTV's coverage of this afternoon's clash between Wolves under-23s and Leeds United 23s. Get my teeth back in at the start of this commentary. The game at the Agbara Stadium as Leeds United look to get back to winning ways after that defeat last time out to Crystal Palace. They've won 9 of their last 10 of Matt Jackson's side, and hopefully straight back to winning ways. The team for Leeds as we await for the kickoff here. The game in the Midlands. Leeds United first, of course, will go with Elia Capriel, Cody Drame, Liam McCarron, Noah Kenner, Charlie Cresswell, Gaetano Berardi, Stuart McKinstry, Charlie Allen, Max Dean, Rodrigo, Bobby Camber, Danny van der Heuvel, Cole Gibbon, Ollie Casey, Sam Greenwood and Jan Poveda. Wolves' team is Louis Molden, Jack Scott, Nigel Longwick, Hon Wang, Lewis Richards, Hugo Bueno, Theo Corbanu, Luke Cundle, Austin Samuels, Owen Hesketh and Chem Campbell. The bench for Wolves: Michael Agbula, Pascal Estrada, Syriac Ngulu, Sadov Diallo and Connor Carty. Again, a reminder of the Leeds team is Capriel, Drame, McCarron, Kenner, Cresswell, Berardi, McKinstry, Allen, Dean, Rodrigo and Camwer. Max Dean will lead the line by the looks of things in the number 9 shirts for Leeds United. Great to see Rodrigo back from injury and hopefully a good cameo from him. And the same can be said for Gaetano Berardi, who came through that game against Crystal Palace in his spell before being replaced by Charlie Cresswell. Referee just about ready. And Dean does get this game underway as he plays the ball to Charlie Allen. Leeds still top of the table by 10 points despite Monday's defeats. They have played a game more though than second place Stoke City. Liam McCarron just gets his bearings. Ron looking down the line for Camwer. Wolves are third in the table, trying to close the gap. James Collins' side sit 14 points behind Leeds, but they do have 3 games in hand. This game should have been played last month, but fell victim to the weather. And it should be an exciting game, this one. Last 3 have all ended in draws, scoring draws: 2-2, 1-1 and 2-2. And Leeds, back in September, took a 2-0 lead. Joe Gallagher and Sam Greenwood. Before Wolves came back to rescue a point, as Charlie Cresswell very quick to applaud the work of Liam McCarron in defence. He's put his body on the line to deny Corbanu to getting to the ball, as Elia Capriel takes this one short and plays out from the back. Other games in the division today: Reading Norwich, 1 o'clock kickoff, 2 o'clock for Middlesbrough versus Newcastle. Ball played out. It's a well-weighted one to Bobby Camwer, who made a big impression off the bench on Monday. Really put himself about, held up the ball really well, running the channels. He's now worked a 1-2 with Rodrigo. It's just about beaten to the ball. Rodrigo clipped on the edge of the toe. Berardi comes flying out of defence and wins the ball back for Leeds, and wins a free kick, more importantly, as Wolves' midfielder just told to get back in position. Number 4, Hong Wan, just putting his foot in at the wrong time. Rodrigo back and just shaking that little knock off and back on the edge of the box as Stuart McKinstry is preparing to take the Leeds United free kick. He's got Charlie Allen behind him. He's got Liam McCarron wide left. Cresswell has gone forward though, which suggests the original plan is to go into the box. Wolves clear the danger. Second header is not the best. Allen's first touch there lets him down as Campbell picks up the ball. And Wolves, I've just told Louis Molden, their keeper, to come and retrieve this. So Wolves in their last 5 have beaten Norwich, drawn with Burnley, lost to Stoke and then beaten Crystal Palace and Fulham. Berardi heads clear, 3 minutes in, still goalless. If you're just joining us here on LUTV, not much has happened in the way of the action. Plenty of time for it to improve. Two teams at the top of this division fighting it out, and Leeds hoping to move one step closer to promotion. Here's Rodrigo charging through the middle. He beats Hong Wan to the ball, tries to slide it through to Dean. He had options on the left. Bobby Campbell was there as well. And Wolves is forward there. Austin Samuel sets off far too early. Does give up the chase, and it will be a Leeds throw. Drame to take. Had a really good game on Monday. Had to do a lot of work on his own after Crescencio Somerville was dismissed for 2 yellow cards. Throw into the middle for Noah Kenner, who will just try and sit in front of this back four today. Here's Kundal. Campbell trying to put him under pressure. It's wide to the left-hand side. Good ball across the face was needed, but Drame gets to it first. A little bit short while looking for Dean, but Dean flies into the tackle. Could well have been a free kick, but the referee does give advantage for that. McKinstry holds off Hugo Bueno. Rodrigo drops deep to pick up the ball for Leeds. It goes to McCarran, who goes down the line for Camera. It's a good ball, that. Camera's quick, and he's going to get there ahead of the defender. He goes down. Should be a free kick to Leeds, and it's really good play, that, from the Whites. Nice and direct.
A real dangerous position this to be able to whip the ball into.
Camera playing wide left. It's not a role we see him in too often. He has played there. Last couple of games he's got the chance to start. He's gone through the middle, but he can play wide. He's very strong, very quick. Gets there ahead of the defender. A great ball from Liam McCarran. And now the set piece will be discussed between the Leeds United left back and Stuart McKinstry. You've got Berardi, Rodrigo, Cresswell, Kenner, Camwa and Dean all in the box. Dean just lurking at the back post for any loose touches. Berardi and Cresswell could well be the targets. Rodrigo drops short, goes for goal, left-footed. Oh, it's a beauty. Rodrigo into the far corner. And Wolves' defence fell asleep. He capitalises, fires the ball home, and Leeds United have their early goal. And it's a great sign for not only the 23s, but the first team. Rodrigo back from injury. And nice and sharp. It gives Leeds United the 1-goal cushion. Great goal. Keeps it nice and low. Doesn't get underneath the ball. Keeps his body over it. And Leeds could not have asked for a better start. Wolves' defence really did switch off. Even when he'd made the run, there was a slight pause from McKinstry before he played him the ball, but Wolves never reacted. And they'll be very disappointed with that, the home side. International calibre. Played in some big games, and you can't allow a player like that all the time. And of course, it's youth, it's inexperience from Wolves. They'll learn from that, and Leeds will try and build a platform from this. And Wolves' team have already shown this season that they're very difficult to get past over the 90 minutes. They'll fight for every ball. Leeds need that nice 5-minute spell just to settle themselves down and hope to go and grab a second. But so far so good as Berardi goes back to Elia Capril. Early goal in the game between Reading and Norwich. It is the Canaries that have scored there. Reading are 5th in the table, so it does help both Wolves and Leeds if the home side do not win that clash. As here is Allen. Cross to Berardi. Over the top, down to Drame on the right-hand side. He's just going to get it into McKinstry, just about. Too much power on that. McKinstry, I think we've got a touch with the studs, but not enough to keep it under control. Great work from Cresswell again. Second touch, probably not as sharp as he would have liked, but his third was just about enough to get it away from the Wolves midfield. Drame drops back, and Berardi had covered Cresswell, who's now back in position. Wolves are without their top scorer this afternoon. Taylor Perry is their 19-year-old that's got 6 goals, and Wolves, like Leeds, have used a number of their 23s in the first team squad. We get a replay now of the goal, but it was the number 10, Owen Hesketh, that had a look at Rodrigo, failed to react quick enough. But to get it through the crowd of bodies takes some skill, and of course a man of his calibre has that in his locker. And Rodrigo gives Leeds the lead as Berardi comes through defence. He gets a little nudge from behind, and that's the reason for the slip as he tries to play the ball. Both Berardi and Rodrigo no doubt will get cameo appearances today rather than the full 90. Bench for the Whites, Danny van der Heuvel, Cole Gibbon, Oda Casey. Great to see Sam Greenwood back after a couple of weeks with an injury, and also Jan Poveda, the same situation. Brady looking for Camera, well headed away by Jack Scott. Theo Kabanu, another dangerous player in the number 7 shirt for Wolves, one to watch out for. Allen miscontrolled at first, tries to go back for a second attempt. Drame, countless times this season, he's stepped out of defence with an important interception. Now he releases Rodrigo, who's got a man on the overlap, steps inside Rodrigo, and again, still waiting for that pass and plays it towards Camwell. Good first touch from Camwell. Now he's going to try and run at Scott, and he's got the pace, he's got the power to get past him. Just that last touch gives him another opportunity there, Jack Scott. He'd already been beaten once. Cresswell goes through the back of Samuels, and the referee suggests that it is a free kick. Get the free kick of their own. Cresswell and Samuels look like they're going to have a good battle this afternoon. Cresswell could probably work a quick one too, and now Cresswell looks long for Max Dean, who, despite being a little smaller than the two centre-backs, throws himself into every challenge and will do so for the rest of this game. Feet that from Leeds. Plenty of Wolves' bodies to try and manoeuvre away from. As Caprillo goes wide to Drame, he's got a couple of options down the line. Leeds are going a bit more direct than perhaps they have done in recent weeks. Sean McKinstry playing on the right-hand side of midfield, and that's a role where we saw him in his first few weeks and months as a Leeds player, but last 6 or so he's been through the middle as a number 10. That of course could change once the game goes past half-time if Rodrigo and others make way as Caprillo gets hold of the possession. 12 gone. If you're just joining us, it is Rodrigo's goal until the 6th minute that has given Leeds the lead from a free kick. To Camwer. Camwer clearly fancies that he's got the beating of Scott this afternoon. He wins, Leeds a throw. Rodrigo just misplaces his pass. Wolves get a throw in deep in their own half. It'd be a good spot for Leeds to try and pen them in. Got the likes of Hongwan and Hesketh just further down the line for Jack Scott. It comes straight back towards Hongwan, deals with it. It's a scrappy clearance from him this time though, and Leeds win the throw. goes down. He wants a free kick. Referee ignores any appeals. Good interception from Charlie Allen. Now tries to thread the ball through. Inch perfect. Dean goes down. Is he clipped from behind? Max Dean goes to the floor and he wants the penalty. And it's going to be a yellow card. A clumsy challenge. Nigel Longvik, the man that just clipped him, and straight away his body language suggested that he knew the touch was there. Max Dean, great run to stay on side. What a ball from Charlie Allen as well, just to try and squeeze it through the gap. The competitive edge of Max Dean was that he wanted to try and take the penalty, but it is going to be Rodrigo to step up and try and get his second of the afternoon. Try to get his eye in for what could be in the next couple of weeks for the third team. Rodrigo against Louis Moulden. Up steps the Spaniard. It will be left-footed, and he drills it into the far corner, the same corner that he found for his first. And it's now Wolves 0, Leeds United 2. A penalty. Max Dean fouled. And he's so far so good.
Goal scorer for Leeds United, number 10, Rodrigo.
Allen's through ball to Dean. Fouled from behind. And two very crisp finishes from the Spaniard. Keeper just goes underneath his body. I'm sure he'll be disappointed with that when he looks back at the replay, but lots of power on it. A no-nonsense approach from the former Valencia man, and now Leeds will try and push for a third even before the 20th minute mark. Leeds have been in this position before. There were 2 goals to the good the last time they played Wolves. As mentioned earlier, Gallagher and Greenwood the scorers on that occasion, but this Leeds team have certainly learned their lessons since that day. It was a game back in September. You've done 9 games in a row if you've not learned from those experiences, and Matt Jackson's side have certainly done that. They've been the standout team this year in PL2 Division 2. As Alan comes forward again, and it's great to see him starting yet another 23s game, the under-18s players. Here comes Canwa. It's a drama again. His first touch is straight into McKinstry's path, and now McKinstry can show what he can do. Instead, it's simple this time from McKinstry to Kenner. Allen through the side door towards Canwa. The return pass not sharp enough. McCarran. Wolves beats McCarran to the ball, and it's Kobanu that takes it at the Leeds United left back. Of course, he's predominantly a left midfielder. He's going to have to try and show his defensive skills. He's beaten this time. Ball comes through. That's a good challenge from Allen. Gets back, gets the ball first, and it will be a Wolves corner. Max Dean and Rodrigo just trying to sort themselves out. Trying to find out who is marking who as Wolves take the corner short. It's a rather unique routine. No power on it towards the near post, and Leeds deal with it. Max Dean's on his way down the left. Allen skips past one. He gets tackled, but he gets it to McKinstry. McKinstry's going to look for Dean. It's a first touch that takes it away. Leeds on the counter towards Canwa, just not sharp enough that pass. Leeds appeal for a corner and get one. And no sooner have they defended their own, Leeds get a set piece at the other end of the park. Wolves 0, Leeds United 2. If you're just joining us here on LUTV, a Rodrigo brace inside the first 14 minutes. First from a free kick, the second from a penalty. The Whites away from home the last 6, 3 wins, 3 losses. Kinstray's ball in is cleared away. It'll fall to Allen. Great ball over the top towards Dean, straight back across goal, a flying diving header. That technique from both Leeds players in the build-up to that, and I have to hope there's no serious injury here, as Noah Kenner was the man that put himself at risk. Physio for now just been told to hold off, and Noah Kenner looks like he is going to be okay to continue, but a brave attempt from the Leeds United number 4. I think he's Okay to go without having to have any checks by the physios. And kind of fired up for the occasion. He wants to attack straight away as Wolves will get the ball back. Corbanu to Samuels. Cresswell beats him in the air. Good strong header. Steps out of defence again to try and stop Samuels, who this time holds him off. Corbanu gets past McCarron for a split second, but the Leeds defender gets back across him and gets in the way. It's good determined play from Liam McCarron. Berardi to Kenner. Leeds are moving the ball really well, transitioning through the defence to midfield to attack very quickly. They're mixing it up with long balls, either over the top, down the flanks, or through the midfield with Kenner and Rodrigo. Charlie Cresswell, he's just been checked over by the official, and Cresswell did jump up for that header against Samuels. Whether he's headed the back of Samuels' head and there's going to have to be a check for a bit of blood perhaps, just checking the teeth. Charlie Cresswell clearly didn't want that game to be stopped, but the referee taking no chances. 20 minutes gone. Back underway as Allen gets to the ball again. He's looking more and more confident, Allen, as the 23s games continue. He's in a heap now, crumpled to the floor. Samuels claims he's got a touch to the ball, and the referee isn't going to listen to any appeals. Certainly did look like he got some of the ball, but there's also a good chance he took a big chunk of Charlie Allen's right leg with him. Samuels told to calm down as the referee shows him a yellow card. Cresswell decides to go along with the top to Camway. He just can't keep the ball in play, and Leeds have to switch on from a throw. Max Dean again, straight away, urging Rodrigo around the park. Only just turned 17, and Max Dean trying to lead by example up front, and he's a player with bags of confidence. He's like McKinstry, he isn't afraid to give his opinion and make sure everyone's organised. With a double header, potential handball there against Hesketh, and it's given by the official. McCarron this time appears to be the only candidate. Just as I say that, McKinstry comes over and now starts to call rank. McKinstry gets a last instruction from the Leeds bench behind him. These have been dangerous from set pieces towards the near post. A chance for Kenner, and it's just prodded wide. Well, Nolan Kenner scored a couple of weeks ago at Middlesbrough, and he's unfortunately not able to find the far corner there. He's frustrated with himself at full stretch. Great ball in from McKinstry again, who's becoming quite the set piece taker at this level. And Wolves' defence just switched off again. Leeds will feel they can rack up the goals this afternoon. They've been the better team, and Laia Capriola's, well, I hope I haven't jinxed it, had nothing to do so far. Corbanu's header. Back out towards Chem Campbell, who's been quiet. Hong Wan now charging through the middle. He's got an option to play the pass, and Allen again. That's the second time Charlie Allen's come back to the edge of the 6-yard box and made a vital interception. No wonder Capriel came off his line to thank him for his work, because that ball was going to get to the Wolves player. Leeds' last corner was a bit of a flop. Leeds are trying to claim their marking, and they're 10 yards back. Well, both of Wolves' players here claiming Stuart McKinstry isn't the 10 yards as Campbell gets it. Cross comes in. Jame gets a clearance to it, and he will release Rodrigo, who's got Dean in front of him, and now he tries to fire the through ball through the middle of that Wolves defence. It's intercepted. Nice idea though, and it's a partnership so far that has tried that through ball as Kobanu goes for goal, and it's a good save from Capriel. Down to his right hand side, good solid hand behind it. He will concede a corner, but finally into action. Now trying to organise his defence. Taking this corner is Luke Cundle. He went short with the last one. This one looks to be more direct. It will be the right footed of Cundle. Near post with his last target. It's the same again, and Drame deals with it towards Rodrigo, who doesn't get a touch to the ball, but it actually works in his favour. Confuses everybody in that Wolves midfield, and he just takes his time to settle the proceedings down. And McCarron will do the same towards Berardi, who's looked very strong and assured at the back. And hopefully, as the minutes tick by, getting more and more used to the football and getting back to getting his eye in with some passes out from the back and those traditional tackles of his. As here comes Max Dean, works it wide right towards McKinstry. McKinstry one-on-one, goes for goal, save from the keeper, and Milden gets a hand to it and tips it away. The Wolves player helps him out with a header. Plenty of power behind that effort from Stuart McKinstry. As here is McCarron to Rodrigo. Rodrigo skips past Kobanu, goes with a pass to McCarron. He goes down, he's caught, and it will be a free kick. Leeds will take these. They've certainly threatened Louis Milden. For now, the reason why it stays at Wolves 0, Leeds United 2. Taken quickly across that near post, and Milden gets behind. And the Wolves keeper certainly unhappy with what he's seen from his team, putting him under pressure. Screaming at his defence as Wolves the races so far. That's down to Leeds' great tactics, great play. They're looking very sharp, Leeds. Got a point to prove off that defeat to Crystal Palace. Unlucky as McCarron swings his foot around this ball, and it's going to bounce out of play. It will be a goal kick. Yeah, Leeds' game plan went out of the window when Somerville was sent off on Monday. Still could have got a draw. 1-0 down and fighting, and had a last-minute chance with Bobby Cameron missing a header on the goal line before Palace ran down the other end and scored. He's looking to make it 10 wins in 11, move one step closer to the PL2 Division 2 title as Cresswell goes down the line, and it will be kept in play by Wolves. Corner unfortunate as he's beaten by Kobani, and Kenner trying to cut off the space. Kobanu's quick, goes to the byline. Cresswell heads clear, and again just a really assured header from Cresswell. It allows McCarron that couple of seconds of time to adjust and see what he's going to do with the ball. Looks wide, intercepted by Campbell, and now it will be back to Hugo Bueno. As Richards goes back to Mulden. Mulden goes wide to Bueno again. McKinstry on his case from the off. Cundle and Allen, the two number 8s, go head to head. Wolves try to play it out from the back. Leeds in their faces at all times, and Leeds force the mistake. They make them go long. Allen looks down the line for Dean, who wasn't expecting that pass. It stays at Wolves 0, Leeds 2. And Casey giving Bobby Cameron a word of encouragement as he and Sam Greenwood warm up on the touchline. Replay of that first goal this afternoon for Leeds. Rodrigo's curling effort into the far corner through a crowd of bodies, and then the second as Allen was looking for Dean. Dean was tripped from behind. And Rodrigo called rank and fired home the penalty to give Leeds that 2-goal cushion as Bueno intercepts the ball. He tries to get away from McKinstry. Kenner gets to it first. Bueno wanted a free kick. It was an arm across him, but again, it's very soft if that's given. Leeds player McKinstry backed out of the challenge in the end. Caprile comes flying off his line to clear the danger. Cresswell now heads clear, up towards Dean. Kenner miscontrolled it, but Berardi straight away on the attack looking for Rodrigo, had peeled away from space. He tried to get it through to Dean. Third or fourth time now that Rodrigo's first option is always through the middle to the Leeds number 9. Too much on that pass. And Milden will intercept. Half-hour mark upon us. Jim Campbell gets on the ball. Charlotte Cresswell just nudges him off it. That's not a free kick. Jim Campbell and Cresswell just a normal shoulder barge, and Cresswell looked like he was happy to continue, but just far too strong from the Wolves player. Just barged him off it. It's now Drame. Beautiful ball in behind to McKinstry across the face of goal. It'll fall to Allen, who just can't get his foot around the ball. It'll fire wide for a goal kick. But again, that's Leeds mixing it up. They've gone through the middle. They've gone from Kenner to Allen to Rodrigo. That time it's Drame down the line to McKinstry. And Wolves are really struggling to try and get a hold of this game. They don't know whether to try and clog up the middle or stay man-to-man down the wings, and Leeds' tactics working a treat. The scoreline suggests so. It would be a big surprise if they don't threaten with any more goals in this first half. Rodrigo's ball over the top to McKinstry, who appreciates the idea. Bueno's cushioned header to Milden kills any chance of a Leeds attack. Berardi, Samuels again drops off the Leeds defenders, trying to hold up the play. Richards, he's got Dean trying to wrestle him off the ball, but Richards is strong, he's powerful, and he now charges to the middle of the Leeds midfield. He goes wide. Cresswell and Berardi both steps up to try and stop him. Now Corbanu trying to get past McCarron. He goes for goal early, and Elijah Caprile called into action. Second time he's had to get across to deny the Wolves number 7, and he does it with another good strong save. Corbanu, the main threat for Wolves this afternoon. He's one of their most experienced players. Confident on either foot. Like Caprile again, just good to see a keeper get it clear of danger. No camera save, not trying to be flashy and put it back into the box. Cundall's corner towards the far post. Caprile for a second thought about coming off his line. Cresswell headers away. Rodrigo fires it away towards Dean, who has shown this season how strong he is to hold up the play, and he does so as he gives Camera a chance. Camera now to Rodrigo. Leeds have got a counter on here as Rodrigo goes to the middle. He tries to sandwich the ball through to Allen. Allen's touch looking for Dean, and Hugo Bunner's left boot gets Wolves out of trouble. It's great confidence from Charlie Allen to try and play the through ball. It was going to get to Dean, but for the defender. I do wonder if he had his time again. Allen had just taken his time, took a touch and waited. Could have gone for goal himself, but inside the first half an hour, it's perhaps his best performance in a 23 shirt, the Leeds number 8. Has been in and out of the team. He's, of course, got a lot of competition in the middle of the park. You've got the likes of Jenkins in there. Now Huggins played through the middle last week. And Kenner, he's in there with him today. McKinstry. When he's had the chance, he's done what he can. He's certainly caught the eye this afternoon. I'm sure the fans will agree, as McCarron now has to get back with Berardi to try and stop Kobani. Kobani to the bar. Berardi gets a foot across. Kobani's ball will find Chem Campbell. With Bueno down the line, Cundall was offering a helping hand. Allen tries to stop Cundall from getting away. skin tight. Kundal tries to use that marking and get past him, and he has. Here now, Bueno into the box, across the face, takes a deflection. Good hands from Capril. That could have gone anywhere. If he wasn't alert, he was looking across his box, he might have not realised that was going in the bottom corner. It was just going to creep in, that one. But he gets a hand across and keeps Leeds and their clean sheets intact. 2-0 to the good here at the Agba Stadium. McCarron flies into the tackle. It's a good one as well. And Wolves player not complaining at it, just beaten to the ball. Drame's ball to McKinstry. And it makes a change to see a Leeds pass go astray in that situation. They've been nearly inch perfect so far this afternoon as we get a replay of that Wolves attack. It was Noah Kenner's boot that got to it. Would have been an unfortunate own goal, but for the keeper's quick reactions. Bobby Camwell with a little keep-up competition with himself as he keeps the ball away from a Wolves player. Great close control. Again, Rodrigo just finding that little bit of space. Just helps Leeds defenders out as Berardi goes down the line looking for Rodrigo. Passes just over his head. Bueno. Berardi has to get back here and he reads the danger really well. It's a good assured pass back to his keeper. And Leeds defensively so far have been on the money. Allen to Cresswell, and again so much space for Leeds' two midfielders as McCarron now gets the ball. He wants Camwell to come short. 10 minutes to go until the end of this first half. Kenner to Rodrigo. Rodrigo in behind. He gets it to Drame. Drame's passes too high. He might manage to win a Leeds set piece, and he gets a throw in. Just about stay in play, and not what he intended there, Cody Drame, but he'll take it after. I'm sure it left his boot. He was expecting to be on his way back for a goal kick. McCarron into Dean. Dean does enough to cause a few problems. Kenner will turn from Kenner into Camwell. Back heel to McCarron. McCarron's going to get there. Can he stand it up across the goal? Here is Dean. Oh, it just won't fall for him. Malden gets a hand to it. Great play from Leeds. It's been a good partnership as McCarron and Camwell, something we've not seen before, as Corbanu goes down the line. Leeds were under pressure there. They'd stepped up, but the touch is too heavy and Wolves can't punish the Whites on the counter. But Liam McCarron did everything right. He just tried to get his foot underneath the ball, stand it up from Camwell's back heel. Keeper almost played it into Max Dean's path, and you can see how frustrated Max Dean was that he didn't get a chance to score there. Cresswell to Rodrigo. Rodrigo to Camwell. Goes for the return pass. Rodrigo just can't keep it in play. Again, more positive play from the Whites. Rodrigo and his link-up players really helps some of the younger players around him. It'll be Sam Greenwood that comes in and fills that role later in the day. Or Stuart McKinstry could go into the middle, and Paveda could come on as well. Karen towards Capril. Kenner to Cresswell, not the best pass, but Capril is on hand to help out and make sure there's no corner conceded. Karen goes down the line, and it's not the greatest pass, doesn't get any distance on it, and now Wolves can attack. Leeds just for a second giving the home side a bit of space. Corbani. Karen makes amends. Dean tries to turn his marker and just can't do so. Camwell done that quite well today. He just come in on the left channel and filled up the space when Wolves are on the attack, and Drame now gets his head down, drives forward, wants an option to pass to, and Scotty Drame does every week. Keeps it nice and tight. Doesn't give the ball away. Allen. Back to Cresswell. He goes wide to McCarron. He's looking so confident. McCarron over the top to McKinstry. What a ball that is. Now McKinstry with a chance to attack. He needs a bit of help. Burnham goes to ground early. McKinstry beats two of them. He's pulled to the floor, and that's going to be a Leeds free kick. And if Bueno wasn't going to be carded for the pullback, might be carded for kicking the ball away. Referee might feel a little bit of sympathy, but I'm not sure with some of the refereeing we've seen the last couple of weeks. I expected the card to come out there with McKinstry on his way into the box, and a blatant foul, but not to be. Maybe I'm just used to cards galore the last 4 or 5 weeks as referee marks out his wall. McCarron has let McKinstry has told McCarron he's taken the last few set pieces. Whether McCarron will now get a chance, naturally will favour a left foot to swing the ball into the near post, but McKinstry's delivery so far has been that good that the Leeds might not change this. 6 minutes to go until the end of the first half. And it is McKinstry again. This one he floats up towards Cresswell, and Mulden saves. Another fantastic set piece for Leeds. And I think in that situation Charlie Cresswell is going to be incredibly annoyed at himself, because he gets a good few goals from set pieces to Leeds United number 5, and that at point blank range with the keeper to beat. I'm sure we'll analyse that and be a little bit frustrated, but great ball in, meets the ball with such speed, and Wolves again from set pieces have just not been at the races. Leeds 23 skipper again, leading by example, and the more set pieces Leeds get, the closer he'll come, because he's always a handful. He's normally the primary target as Drame skips in from the right hand side. He glides through the Wolves defence. Now he wants a return pass from Dean, who goes to the far post to Camwer. Rodrigo wanted the ball, Camwer delayed it. Now Camwer back towards McCarron, who goes for goal but with no accuracy, and it will be a Wolves goal kick. Scott down the line looking for Kobane, who was not on the same page, wasn't interested in the pass. Gabriel goes to Berardi. Berardi back to Rodrigo. Rami again, who's giving Campbell a really hard time. Not only has Campbell not had any joy getting past him, he's had to work even harder to track back himself. Berardi looks for Rodrigo. Effortless first touch, and now Rodrigo's going to try and follow that crossfield ball, and it's now to competition. Forward towards McCarron across the face of goal. It's not sharp enough from McCarron. Great run, just didn't get the power on the cross towards Mulden, but Berardi and Rodrigo with 2 great crossfield balls. And so far have certainly enjoyed themselves inside the first 42 minutes as Richards gets it caught underneath his feet. He's lucky to get away from McKinstry. Here is Bueno. Unwound down the line towards Campbell. Bueno has to keep the ball in play, just about does so as Campbell gets it. There is Cresswell. And Campbell's managed to get away. Leeds stretched at the back. McCarron's got to try and stay on his feet. He doesn't, he commits himself, but Noah and Kenner on hand to make sure that Leeds stay 2-0 to the good. Throws his body behind it. The first real opportunity that for Wolves to fully stretch Leeds' defence. They're at 6s and 7s. Rodrigo gives the ball away. Leeds just trying one flick too many. Campbell Kenner gets there again. It'll fall to Kundal, and Cresswell and Berardi link up. It's still not over, this attack, as Hesketh goes for goal, and Leeds will be delighted to see that one fly into the empty stand. Wolves 0, Leeds United 2. But McCarron showing that little bit of naivety as a left midfielder, diving in early, allowing Campbell to cut inside, but Noah Kenner knows all about the defensive side of the game. And he gets a block in to make sure Caprile doesn't have to make a save. And in Caprile's defence, I think he was going to have that covered. But again, it just shows you Wolves are certainly alive in this game. They won't go down without a fight. They've got some tremendous players on the front foot and attacking prowess. So Rodrigo takes control. He's the man that's got the 2 goals for Leeds. He goes wide to Canwa. Canwa looks back for Dean. It's going to ping pong around. It's going to look like pinball in the edge of the box. It's still going to be trickling into Leeds' path out towards Dean. Bit of trickery. Dean tries to flick the ball. Rodrigo to head, and Richards has he saved the day. Rodrigo thinks he scored, and Bueno and the Wolves defence managed to scramble it clear. Rodrigo at that distance, you just thought he was going to head home. He did everything right. Little cushion header, but Richards puts his body on the line. So 2 goal line clearances in succession at either end. This game really opening up. Wolves feel they might get a goal back before the end of this first half. Samuels has got past Cresswell, and now Hesketh. Leeds just losing a bit of a control and a hold on this game. I say that Charlie Cresswell calls rank and just gives Hesketh a little nudge. He does often do that, Charlie Cresswell, where he just shows his dominance at the back, tries to calm down, lead by example as Wolves come forward again. Kobani in behind, looking for Hesketh. There's Cresswell once more, concedes the throw. And Leeds just need to settle down for a few seconds. Dean's ball in, and Rodrigo got to praise the work from Richards. Doesn't fall over, just to handle the ball as well. He was off balance. The Wolves have got him to thank, as well as Mulden, for some important saves as Kobanu turns McCarran inside and out towards the far post. Allen can't get hold of it. A potential 1-2. And Campbell looking for Kundal. The pass was too strong. And Leeds will gratefully see Caprile take control as Berardi now on the ball. Into stoppage time at the end of this first half. We've had the 2 goals, a slight delay for Cresswell head assessment, so I thought we'll get more than the 2 minutes. Allen zips one way, then the other, and that allows him to get away from the Wolves defender. McCarran down the line looking for Canwa. He will win Leeds a throw. Looking down the line for Dean. It's too powerful, that. Stuart McKinstry not happy with that pass. Max Dean again outnumbered in size, but he's caused those 2 centre-backs so many problems. And get a replay of that Richards goal line save. Mulden as well put his body on the line just to get there ahead of the second Leeds player coming in. That would have been some way for Rodrigo to come back from injury, get some minutes into his legs at the end of the first half and get a hat-trick. But as it is, he settles for the brace. Wolves 0, Leeds United 2 at half-time at the Agbara Stadium. Rodrigo fired Leeds into the lead in the 6th minute from a free kick. He got a second from the penalty spot when Max Dean was fouled. He stepped up, scored. Other chances for Leeds have fallen to Dean. Canwa's gone close, so has Charlie Allen. But Leeds have that 2-goal cushion. Around 15 minutes for second half coverage. Join us then on LUTV.
Plenty for James Collins to work on. Find a way back into the game. shot to the right hand side beyond the far post. History laying it for Rodrigo, who curled it and got it beautifully. It's a super finish. Leeds first opportunity.
He's going to win a penalty. He'll certainly will make the name for himself. Rodrigo, what a finish. Guessed right, Louis Molden, but he could not keep it out. She's delivering towards Kenu, who got a contact too. Fancy's having a go! Dean. And dig it in, came off long by Rodrigo, blocked by Lewis Richards. And somehow, also managed to keep it out. Brilliant bit of defending from Lewis Richards.
back then to LUTV's coverage of the PL2 Division 2 clash between the Wolves and Leeds United. 3 changes at the break for Leeds. It is Berardi, Rodrigo and Bobby Camwer all making way. It is Ollie Casey, Sam Greenwood and Jan Poveda all being introduced. Don't think Wolves have made any changes at the interval, so that should suggest that Casey goes in at centre half alongside Berardi. McKinstry looks to have gone left midfield instead of Camwer. Greenwood will go where Rodrigo played in the first half, and Jan Poveda will play wide on the right. That's if you, of course, were watching the first half. If you missed it, Rodrigo got a brace. He got the first in the 6th minute from a free kick, the second from the penalty spot, and Leeds had an effort cleared off the line with a couple of minutes to go in the first half, which could have made it 3. Wolves certainly had their chances as well, as Jan Poveda tracked a goal for goal with his first efforts and first touch of the second half. And we'll call that just a range finder as he fires wide of the target. I don't like referencing disappointing afternoons for Leeds, but they did have a 2-goal cushion last time these two played. The last 3 games have ended in draws: 2-2, 1-1, 2-2. Greenwood got a goal the last time he played against Wolves, but it is just to try and remind our listeners that Wolves are certainly a team that are not known for lying down, giving up the fight. They're 3rd in the table for a reason, and they have 3 games in hand against Leeds, so they'll be hoping to cut the gap when Leeds get a couple of weeks off. Kobani tries to get away from McCarron. He does that for a split second. Goes wide to Drame, who fizzes the ball back into Noah Kenner, who gets the shout from a couple of teammates to not play the pass and just keep it. Capril's regular back 4 evades him, but he has played behind this back 4 in the last couple of weeks. Of course, you've got normally this year, you've got Niall Huggins and Leif Davis that have played at left back rather than Liam McCarron, but this is his 3rd or 4th game there now. Does offer Leeds another option as a potential supporting winger. He's had his work cut out this afternoon with Kobanu trying to get past him, and the duo challenge again as McKinstry tries to get Luke Cundle under control. It's back now to Richards. Greenwood on his case. Hongwan back into defence. Max Dean leading the pressure for Leeds as Cresswell steps up with Samuels. Wolves just trying to get their confidence back on the ball. They've been forced into another mistake due to the Leeds pressure. McCarron wanted to play that ball all the time inside. Wolves recognised that and shut off the pathway to it. It was McKinstry his target. Ball over the top. Kobanu trying to get past Cresswell, who just stands him up and wins the challenge. Not sure that's quite qualifies for a ailing flop, but nearly. He's got some work to do, as Cresswell now tells Elijah Capril to come short for the pass. Drame again just makes it look incredibly easy as he goes to Poveda. Those two could have some fun down the right hand side if they're on the same page. And Poveda back in action after a couple of weeks out with an ankle injury. Great to see. Came off the bench in that game and was soon hobbling off, so fingers crossed it's something that he can shake off, stay fit and push back in that first team bench. Leeds win a throw. Kenner with McKinstry. Good work from Hongwan as he gets the ball away, and Wolves clear only as far as McCarron, who just for a second thought about taking the ball back down the line. Poveda. Down the line to Drame. Drame's pass looking for the return. Takes a deflection off the feet of Campbell. So far, Leeds have kept him quiet. Into Poveda, a bit too quick that from Drame's. Midfielder wasn't expecting it. Ollie Casey comes up and wins it back. Good work again from Leeds. Here is Greenwood, a first touch for him. Another player returning from injury, so quite alarming for the PL2 Division 2 rivals that Leeds have had so many of their 23 players out injured, and yet there's still 10 clear. Here is one of them. Poveda goes through the heart of the Wolves defence. He's going to get a free kick. Leeds are not quite happy with that. They had a chance to go for goal. Poveda kept it simple, didn't go for goal with a shot. He just laid it off to Allen, but Leeds shouldn't be too disappointed because they've been so threatening from set pieces, and here comes, so far, their set piece maestro in Stuart McKinstry. Poveda and McKinstry having a quick word with each other. Not sure whether Poveda will just try and take a short pass here. It is a potential route for them, but McKinstry looks like he's lining this one up, so Allen just behind him, Greenwood likewise. All of Leeds' defenders are up, ready to try and head home. McKinstry into the box, headed away by Richards. The fall back out to Allen, whose pass spins all the way back into the path of Samuels, and Poveda now has work to do. Here is Hongwan. Bueno clears away, and it will be Drame that gets a touch to it. The Wolves bench claiming that should have been a free kick. Wolves trying to counter, ball over the top. They've got space in behind here as Jack Scott gets to it. McKinstry's got to have to get there quickly. Across the face of goal, doesn't really get much easier for Elia Capril. Wolves had not supported their right back and put the ball into a dangerous position. Does well. He was under pressure there. I thought that was a Wolves throw. I didn't see the touch, but we'll take it if Leeds get the call. Wolves win the ball back. Greenwood though straight on the case. Allen charges through midfield. He just tried to step inside Hongwan, and there's been occasions where the Wolves number 4 has really broke up the play for Leeds. As here comes Poveda. He's picked the pocket of Campbell. He's now got Greenwood to his right hand side. Poveda, he lays him off. Greenwood through on goal, takes a shot, and it's headed over. Well, I think the keeper got a save to that, and maybe the defenders tipped it over the top. How it's not gone in, Sam Greenwood will ask, but great attack from Leeds. Greenwood did everything right. He just cushioned it towards the top corner, trying to keep it on target. I'm not sure if the keeper tipped it onto the post first. It all took a frantic turn around to keep pace with, but certainly that's how Wolves will have felt, because Greenwood and Poveda charging through the middle of the defence. It is going to be McKinstry to take the Leeds United corner. There's plenty of air on that. I'm fairly confident that wasn't the plan. Greenwood holds off one. Kenner flicks the ball on. He's got to try and get there. And Wolves will counter with Kobani. Karen races across to try and close him down. The good thing for Leeds is that their back four is ready for Kobani. Now can he try and spring a surprise or two? McCarran gets to it. Good tracking back from Liam McCarran. He concedes the corner, but Leeds will take that from the situation they were in. But a chance here to see the replay of Poveda's chance with Greenwood, and he gets in a good spot. Yeah, the keeper seemed to tip it across goal. Jack Scott headed over. He's going to call that was intentional. I don't think he had any idea where that ball was going. And he's desperately unlucky. They've defended well at times, Wolves. They've put their body on the line. We had that interception by Richards to make it stay at 2-0. Skundal readies himself to take the corner, headed away by Casey. Allen doesn't get all of it on the clearance. Jack Scott puts more power behind it. Allen did enough though to get his foot to the ball and concede another corner. Cundall again to take towards the into the 6-yard box. Cresswell heads clear. How often have we said that this season from a set piece? He is the man that leads the way at the back. It's Poveda. He's got so many players on the overlap trying to get there, but Poveda's going to try and carry it himself. He's so quick as Jan Poveda, and he gets chopped to the floor. That's a dangerous tackle. I hope Jan Poveda's not picked up a rib injury as he falls into the defender, and Jack Scott knows what he's doing. He'll feel it's a tackle he had to make. That's what Jan Poveda does to a lot of teams. He makes opposition think that they've got him in a corner, and all of a sudden he'll somehow find a way through, and his upper body movement is so elusive. It helps him get away from so many of his markers, and a player that will certainly boost Matt Jackson's plans and Marcelo Bielsa's for the first team as he regains his fitness. Stuart McKinstry again over the latest Leeds set piece. Allen and McCarron ready to pounce should this ball be cleared. McKinstry floats it to the far post. Mulden too easy for him. Both of Wolves' wingers are on the same side. Here is Campbell and Corbani going to the right hand side. Greenwood leading the charge, trying to force Richards into a mistake. Allen again, he's been everywhere today for Leeds 23s. Ball forward, Samuels gets away from Cresswell and goes down the line. Corbani in a foot race with McCarron. McCarron gets to the ball, and again McCarron gets the better of that duel. Wolves will win the set piece, but McCarron has dealt with Corbani really well there on 2 occasions, sticking to him. He knows the threat. That's a route that Wolves are going to go down. It's one of their best options to try and score. As Cundall now has the chance to swing in this corner. Poveda trying to stop the ball before it gets into the box. It's over his head, headed away by Drame. Poveda now with work to do. And Jan Poveda somehow manages to trick his way past Cundall, and again tremendous feat from Jan Poveda. That should be a Wolves throw-in and will be. Jan Poveda not happy. Got to stay switched on here though. He's nutmeg now as Corbanu joins in on the act, but McCarron gets away and clears it downfield. Max Dean doesn't know where it's going to come, and it hits him on the neck and bounces clear. It will be a Wolves throw. We'll be at the hour mark. If you're just joining us here on LUTV, 2 goals from Rodrigo in the first half. He is now one of 3 changes at the break. Berardi, Rodrigo and Kamwa, the 3 to make way. They were replaced by Casey, Greenwood and Poveda. Kingstrey's been quiet in the second half. He's not had much possession. He now wins Leeds a throw. He's going to try and keep this ball in play. He's looking for Poveda. Goes over the top. It's a tactic Leeds tried in the first half with some long balls down the right hand side. The other game that's one of 3 that's currently underway at PL2 Division 2 level. It's Reading 0, Norwich 2. So Reading in 5th place, point behind Wolves, trading by 2 goals to 0 against Norwich. Samuels gets down the line. He gets past Cresswell, who committed himself early. Not to worry though, because Austin Samuels runs the ball straight out of play for a goal kick. Karen's ball. Paul gives Wolves a real chance. As I say that, Ollie Casey decides enough's enough. And at the top of his game the last few weeks, Ollie Casey, fantastic ball from Greenwood to give Poveda a chance, who's going to be penalised for a slight nudge. I think it was always going to be apparent that was going to be given. And Richards takes the quick free kick. Hugo Bueno stays down. Great to see Sam Greenwood's passing ability hasn't evaded him the last couple of weeks while he's been off injured. Whipped the ball round the side of the defence. Poveda was almost ready to try and attack and start another counter for Leeds. They've now got some defending to do as the hour mark ticks by. Leeds still 2 goals to the good here at the Agbra Stadium. Casey beaten in the air by Campbell. Drame there gets across and mops up the danger. Forced into a pass downfield because Dean cut out that route again, and Max Dean does that so well. He makes defenders have to look downfield. They can't set themselves across the back four, just like Leeds can do with Cresswell now and Kennett. Constant nuisance, Max Dean. As Kennett tries to squeeze the ball through to Greenwood. Dean will find Greenwood, who is going to go for goal from range, and that one well wide in the end. Did set up quite nicely for Sam Greenwood, and as one of the joint top scorers in this team, he'll be hungry to take the mantle on his own. Well, Joe Gallagher not in the squad this afternoon. Of course, Max Dean's another player that will be looking to try and race up the standings of top goal scorer for the 23s. Intercepted by Allen, it'll fall to Poveda. Poveda dribbles past one, now can he get past a second? He's into a bit of a tight spot here, Jan Poveda. He's got 3 shirts in Wolves colours for company. He gives the ball away. It was tremendously difficult, but Allen again, what an interception. Poveda's going to go for goal, low and hard. And not enough power on the shot. Seems to drag it a little bit, and it's saved by Mulden. But once again, Charlie Allen just going about his job ever so quietly. He's just doing everything right. He's not flashy. Simple interceptions, simple passes. But by doing everything to such a high standard, he's making Leeds and a lot of the ball high up the pitch. That's a few times he's done that. Can't forget in the first half when he was down at the other end of the pitch as well, making some crucial interceptions to help Leeds keep Wolves at bay, as Samuels tries to get past Casey and once again gets a toe to the ball as Dean draws the foul from Wolves' midfielder Hong Wan. Whose last involvement in this game is to give away that free kick. So the holding midfielder is off. That is number 4, Hong Wan. He's been replaced. Any news of the sub as and when we get it. The young man has to reveal the number on his shirt. But the bench for Wolves today is Agbula, Estrada, and Gulu, Diallo and Carty. This to McKinstry. Surprising to see Wolves give him so much space there. As Cresswell now gets on the ball. Inside to Allen. And again, he's got work to do, but he just makes it look nice and easy. Goes back to Cresswell again. Holds off the sub, which is Sadov Diallo, number 16. So Diallo now into the heart of the Wolves midfield. Scott, and Leeds deal with it really well. Kilidrame just keeping it nice and simple. Goes back towards Capriel, who's got Cresswell. Leeds 2-0 to the good. Just want to take too many chances and give Wolves half a chance to get a goal back. It'll put the pressure on. So they're not going as gung-ho as perhaps we would have seen them in previous games, as McCarron just about beaten to it by Scott. Wolves head the ball away and out for a throw. Cabano still the main threat for the home side. He's in the Wolves number 7 shirt. We'll try and get past McCarron for the rest of this game as Cresswell goes back to Capriel, who finds Casey. His bearings a little off as he was looking down the right hand side. I don't know whether he thought Poveda was there, but the pass, whichever way you look at it, was astray. As here comes Drame again. He's got such speed about him, Cody Drame, deceptively quick as he gives the ball to Max Dean. Dean inside to Poveda. Poveda, quick feet, drags the ball away from the on-rushing Hugo Bueno. Now he's going to try and bamboozle him and find a way through. Again, he just takes a little bit too much time. Wolves putting him under pressure. We've done with a bit more of a shout there, Poveda, that the pressure was coming, as here comes Drame once again. Steps in, now he holds off Bueno. Such a long stride pattern, Cody Drame. Helps him cover the ground so quickly. He's going to have to get back here to stop the Wolves' attack. Here comes Diallo. Tries to get away from Kenner. Greenwood. And now Sam Greenwood, I think, was going for goal. Certainly gets it wrong, but went for quite the flamboyant technique of trying to chip it towards the net. Leeds do need that third just to settle any chance, if you'd like to think of a comeback. This is familiar territory, as we've already said, as here comes Scott. The man marking system covers Chem Campbell's run into Owen Hesketh. Across to Richards. Richards is going to plod his way forward until he runs into Max Dean, and Max Dean gets away from him. Now Greenwood just decides to slow the play down. Dean wanted a quick counter. McCarron wrestles Corbanu off the ball. Mimics that he was going to go wide right, but decides to go back to Cresswell. And once again, it's just that bit of calmness on the ball. Allen got space to drive into if he wants to go and use it. He's interested in going wide to Poveda, whose first touch gives him a little bit more work to do, but he keeps the ball. Drame again, which goes on those inside runs of his. Kundal back into the Wolves defence, and here is Richards. Here is Dean again trying to stop the route, and look at him again leading that charge. He's not happy at McKinstry for not being level with him. That Max Dean gets annoyed if the pass goes beyond him as the centre forward. Such as the passion that he plays with. 22 minutes or thereabouts to go, with a bit of stoppage time expected. Stoke not playing this afternoon. Leeds will go 13 clear of second place Stoke, who will then have 2 games in hand over the Whites. Leeds do not play until a week on Monday the 15th of March. It is Newcastle at home, all being well. And a bit of revenge there, because Leeds were 3-1 to the good in the North East before Christmas, before then losing 4-3 in what was perhaps the worst performance of the 23s, even the way they crumbled. Another game they'll have learned a heap from as well, as Cody Drame continues to catch the eye with a strong run, as this time he decides to pick out Allen. Allen to Greenwood. Poveda's pulling wide and he finds him. Now Poveda might decide to go with a bit more speed as he floats the ball towards the far post. He was looking for the run of McKinstry. Corbanu releases Hesketh. Leeds under pressure here. Hesketh's going to go for goal. Casey takes a deflection. Capriel deals with it. And again, the Leeds keeper comes to the rescue, because that's not an easy save to make. Yes, it goes back towards him, but anyway that deflection goes, it makes life so much harder for him. And he's done that countless times this year. When Leeds have been leading by a couple of goals, he makes a big save to make sure that that lead stays the same, as Kundal scoops the ball up, and it will be a goal kick. And it just gives Gabriel time to have a word with his defence. A free shot, which is pretty criminal at this level. Can't afford to do that with a team like Wolves in front of you. I know Leeds are confident in their keeper, but that was a bit much, as the ball over the top. It's a fantastic pass towards McKinstry. Here is Dean, now in towards goal. Dean turns inside, goes for goal, goes for power. And if he'd have gone for the far corner, he'd have had another goal to his tally this season. I think the flag's going to go up for offside, because Wolves are not preparing to defend for this set piece, and at least it spares Max Dean's blushes. But once again, just to find that little channel to stay tight to the defender, it's where he likes to sit, on the shoulder of the last man. Another save from Lou Mulden as well on the Wolves goal, who's had a good game, much to Leeds' annoyance. Hesketh, ambitious play from him, gives it away, and now Poveda stretches those legs out once more. He's got Greenwood just in front of him in those fluorescent yellow boots. He picks the pass towards McKinstry. It's really well weighted across the face of goal. It could have gone in. Instead it fires behind for a corner. And Leeds, that's what Leeds need to do a little bit more, just stretch the play a bit quicker from left to right. Allen out to Poveda, Poveda to McKinstry, and just the weight of the pass allowed McKinstry to go at that. And Leeds gets another set piece. They've been a real threat from them this afternoon. They got their first goal from a free kick. Stuart McKinstry keeps up his set piece routine. He'll be a real favourite among the fan base, who want Leeds to be a bit more threatening from set pieces going forward, and the 23s are anything to go by. It's certainly something that's been worked on tirelessly, as it's towards the far post. It'll fall for Poveda, right-footed this time, and Mulden saves. Not often Jan Poveda goes with the right boot, but he went with the quick, no-nonsense approach, foot through it. And Mulden yet again on hand to stop Leeds from scoring a third goal. McKinstry fires it towards Casey, it nearly falls for Poveda, who just can't keep it in play. Another warning sign for Wolves at the back as Casey gets involved in the act. Forward, Drame and Gabriel on the same page, make sure that nothing comes of that. Leeds' defence has kept Austin Samuels quiet for the first 74 minutes. Let's hope that continues for the next 16. Barely had anything to feed off, as Leeds' defence has just smothered everything so far that Wolves has thrown at them, as Cresswell releases McCarran. Again, that ball just to squeeze it through. Allow McCarran to turn quickly and get Leeds back on the attack. It's the sort of pass Cresswell will need to make if a lot of these centre-backs will fit into the first team mould. It's something that they're being asked to do now. Poveda from Greenwood's flick. Here comes Poveda again. He's got Dean behind him. He tries to find him. Max Dean through on goal. It just gets a little bounce before he strikes it, and he never looks set, Max Dean. Did wonder the longer that Jan Poveda made his way to the box, whether he'd just go for goal himself. But he's made a big difference since stepping off the bench, Jan Poveda. His speed causes so much problems. As we've had a couple of goals, that would have been Rather unique, that, because we'd have had 3 goals inside a minute in all 3 games in the PL2 Division 2. Middlesbrough have taken the lead against Newcastle, and Reading have a goal back against Norwich. So it's Middlesbrough 1, Newcastle 0, Reading 1, Norwich 2. Around the side of the boots of Kobanu towards McKinstry. Back to Cresswell from McCarran. You're just joining us here on this Friday afternoon. Rodrigo's brace in the first half gave Leeds this 2-goal cushion that are currently defending as McCarran runs the ball out of play. Wolves take the throw quick. They were disappointed that got stopped because they're on the attack, but they've got 2 changes to be made. Campbell is the first off the pitch. Conor Carty is one that replaces him, and the next change being readied now as Wolves try to find another goal, and it is Austin Samuels. So they did keep him quiet, him personally anyway. Challenging with Allen. Wins Wolves a throw. Again, making it so difficult for the Wolves defence to get out from the back as Greenwood joins him. His Greenwood's challenge that's a bit too heavy. Casey's interception. Poveda has the confidence to just stand on the ball while telling he wants a teammate to come closer. Cresswell keeps Capil on his toes by going back towards him. Leeds hoping to see this one out. It's still the 2-goal cushion as we tip down to the final 13 minutes. Leeds will go 13 points clear at the top of PL2 Division 2. Other teams around them do have a number of games in hand. It'll be a couple of weeks where Leeds get to put their, well, I was going to say put their feet up, but that isn't possible under the current coaching staff. But they'll get no match action for a couple of weeks. Casey to Drame. Again, effortless from Cody Drame. Touch is just perfect to hit the attack going. Allen's floated ball over the top. He's by far the best performance Charlie Allen has had in a 23 shirt, in my opinion anyway. I'm sure he's caught the eye for the coaching staff. Just jinked him as he's fallen over the ball. But again, just to epitomise his performance this afternoon, he goes in, gets up and wins the ball back, and then Leeds put the pressure on. Hopefully got a big future. Charlie Allen in the heart of a Leeds United midfield through the age groups. The man alongside him, Noah Kenner, will be hoping to join him along the way. Banu turns on his inside. Cresswell steps up. Casey comes across, and Casey just holds off Conor Carty. Great strength. Doesn't dive in. Again, Casey's just been going about his business the last 5 or 6 weeks. Even without Cresswell in the team, he's led by example. This man's led by example since his summer move, Cody Drame. He's caught slightly as he gets back up off the floor. Greenwood's ball in behind. It nearly found the run of McKinstry. Cresswell with a foul, he brings down Carty. Comes off second best in the challenge as well as he hobbles away. Pascal Estrada with a sub for Wolves that came on. He's just found the ball in his path and gone to Kundal. Here is Diallo, back to Estrada. A tall defender to try and keep the Leeds at bay as Poveda just commits himself a little early there, goes flying in. Doesn't matter though, because Wolves give the ball away. Changing system a little bit for Wolves. They've put Richards wide left. Estrada's gone into his position and they're hoping to just get a goal back and put the pressure on Leeds. So far so good from the Whites. Rodrigo's brace the difference as Drame again keeps the ball in play. Very last second, make sure he gets to it. Cresswell to Noah Kenner. Cannon back to Cresswell. Ball that from Hugo Bueno, moaning at his teammate for not keeping it in play, as the referee thought Charlie Allen had an issue, but he was just tying the laces. Fantastic first touch to give it back to Cresswell just when Leeds were under a little bit of pressure. Again, they deal with this. It might not have been as enjoyable the second half for the fans to watch as the first in terms of action, but they've certainly had their chances. They could have scored 3 or 4 as Drama tries to get down the right hand side, but just game management's massively improved for the 23s throughout the season. This is hopefully the sign of it yet again. As Kenner goes forward to Greenwood. Poveda 1-2 with Drame, taken off him by Hugo Bueno. Leeds will get the throw. Poveda steadies himself before giving it back to Drame. Casey goes crossfield to McCarran. I say he meant that, but I'm not sure that was the intended route, as now McCarran's got a chance to show what he can do on the front foot. He's played left back this afternoon and he gets in between 2 Wolves players. McCarran across the face of goal. It's a dangerous cross. It won't fall for Greenwood. And Wolves will clear. Which is great to see Liam McCarran having to defend for most of the afternoon. Greenwood's pass looking for Dean. That nearly found its way through, and such is the quality of the pass that Max Dean just didn't think that was possible. Sam Greenwood around the back of the Wolves defence has somehow got it through. There's Casey and his pocket picked by Carty. Now he has to get back Casey, and he does just that. Tremendous work. He might have made an error with the first, but no sign of panic. And Drame keeps the ball and goes to Cresswell into the final 10 minutes now. Poveda nearly takes it out of play. They're trying to take on the Wolves defence. Drame just to take control and sweep the ball back to Cresswell, who wants midfielders to come a little shorter. Leeds have had a lot of ball inside their defensive unit the second half. It's been I guess perhaps more of a defensive display. Gabriel, Cresswell, Casey, McCarran have all been exchanging passes. Karen gets there first from Kobanu and has to keep looking over his shoulder, hoping he's not coming over the left-hand side. It's up to Dean again. Tremendous work from Dean to hold it up. Neat footwork from Sam Greenwood. Speaking of neat footwork, here's Jan Poveda. He goes down. A little nudge in the back. Wolves claim it's soft. There's Richards gone down here with a bit of cramp, and it will be a Leeds free kick. And this is, it's been a while, but Sam Greenwood territory. Scored from a very similar position against former club Sunderland, away from home. wonder what sort of practice he's been getting in training, as Wolves like to get the physios on here for Richards, who's going to be given one of those liquid gels to try and get the energy back into his body for a couple of minutes just to see this game out. Sam Greenwood just stretching out the calves just to make sure he's got everything perfect for this free kick. If he scores, I'm sure it could be a regular routine as Wolves' wall get back in position. Good couple of minutes have passed here since we had the free kick originally given, and now the referee will march the Wolves team back. So Sam Greenwood now decides to try his luck and move the ball off the spot the referee had marked out. Whether or not he's going to see that, well, he's had a good look at it, so he's not that bothered. As now Sam Greenwood gets set. A four-man wall to beat, a tall four-man wall. Greenwood does step up towards that top corner and hits the crossbar. Ever so unlucky, Sam Greenwood. Should go through that routine again. Just didn't dip enough. Gets it up and over. He's very frustrated that wouldn't just nestle in the far corner. It would have wrapped up a fine afternoon for Leeds U23s as they win a throw. A couple of minutes left. Great power on it, and Lou Mulden wasn't even attempting a save. Beaten all ends up as Sam Greenwood screams in frustration. Can't get his 8th of the season. Poveda again. Back to Allen. Good feet from him. To Casey. Even better again. Leeds just so confident. Very fluid. It's a joy to watch them in days like this. It has been all season. Crystal Palace, their worst display, it was ruined by a red card, and that's pretty much the only bad game they've had. Is Greenwood goes through the middle, goes down, Poveda takes control, goes for the near post, and Mulden denies him. It's the second time he's gone for that corner, and Lou Mulden absolutely furious with his defence. He's kept them in the game with a number of saves, 6-7 of them, to make sure it stays at 2. Was his team perhaps just starting to give up the fight, knowing that this game could well be beyond them? Poveda could have gone wide to McKinstry. McKinstry goes towards Cresswell, beats him. Casey brings it down, beautiful touch towards Poveda. Poveda dances one way, goes the other, wants a helping hand. He gets one from Ollie Casey. Will he wrap his foot around it? He will. It just bounces in front of the keeper, but not enough to unsettle him and make sure he coughs up the ball. And now Lou Mulden, on a different day, could have been a man of the match candidate for a team with the amount of work he's done, but Leeds have just been too good. In the first 8 to 9 minutes, as Nolan Kenner has to bring Wolves under control. Cresswell gets a touch to it. McCarron can't bring it under, and now he can get it down the line. He's going to race away. Won't stay in play, but Kuladrame again, the one to catch the eye. Charlie Allen. Rodrigo, of course, the goal scorer, will be hard to forget in a Leeds man of the match candidate routine, but I think Charlie Allen for me is the one that's just about stood up to everything that he's had to be challenged with. And Kuladrame again, just showing what all about this. The 23s are about heart, plenty of fitness, quality at both ends of the pitch. And Leeds just a couple of minutes away now from another 3 points. Their 10th win in 11, their 4th win on the road in 7. They do have the majority of their final few matches away from Thorpe Arch due to the scheduling. And now they look for a third goal. Allen just can't get it under control. It'll fall to Drame, who goes to Poveda. Leeds looking for the icing on the cake as Poveda goes back to Drame. He stays on side. Wolves adamant that was off. Drame looks for the back heel, intercepted by Richards. Now he's out of position. Leeds just have to adjust. McCarron's come across. Cresswell gets there. McCarron has to get across and does. I think it's going to be a free kick against Charlie Cresswell, and he might get a card. And he hasn't got any complaints. That's the tackle that gets him a card, but might keep the clean sheet intact. Captain isn't really bothered. Leeds just over-committing there a little bit, and Wolves' wingers have stayed high up the pitch all the time this afternoon. They've been trying to counter down the flanks as best as possible. Leeds beaten to the original ball. April with a bit of game management. Just got to adjust his shin pad apparently before collecting the ball away from substitute Connor Carty. To Greenwood, who got penalised for backing in there as Kobani goes to Hugo Bueno. Kobani again. Shampaveda, who's not happy, he missed the back heel. Richards goes past Allen, he's going to go for goal. It's a scruffy effort, drags it well wide, and Leeds' goal survives again. Elia Caprillo just looking down that right hand side, a few instructions. Into the 92nd minute now. Cresswell calls rank on this goal kick and says that he doesn't want anything short, doesn't want the ball anywhere near the Leeds United box. And the captain decides that it's going to be a long one from Elia Caprillo. It'll be up towards the likes of Max Dean and McKinstry. McKinstry just rolls his marker. Here is Dean. And Max Dean, just tired legs, can't keep himself in play. He's not going to like that, and no need for that push from Owen Hesketh, and that's what happens when you're 2-0 up. You get a little petty. Max Dean, he might be the youngest member of this 23s team, but he's certainly not the shyest or the quietest, and he's got plenty of growing to do, but he gives Owen Hesketh the eyes and plenty of passion on show. Referee having a word with the Leeds player. Not really sure why the Wolves player's not getting a talking to for the fact that the only reason Max Dean reacted was that he was pushed off the ball for no reason. But Leeds are winning. That's all that Max Dean has to say. Norwich have just scored a third away at Reading, as Leeds are running out of time to get a third away here at Wolves. Max Dean with the fire in his belly on his way towards the Wolves box. Greenwood gets a touch to that as it'll fall to Noah Kenner. Noah Kenner plucks it out of the sky before going back to Allen, who drags it away from a couple of Wolves players. Tremendous Charlie Allen as he wins a free kick, and he's been thrown to the ground a couple of times. There's Owen Hesketh again. He's toys out the pram, the young man, as he's clearly lost his head with the scoreline. But he can't affect the scoreline now as the full-time whistle goes. Leeds United get the job done inside the first half. 2 first-half goals from Rodrigo on his comeback from injury. The first in the 6th minute from a McKinstry free kick. He fired it home. The second from a penalty. A ball forward from Allen. Dean was fouled. Rodrigo got up and took up the spot kick and fired home. Leeds have had a number of chances, a tremendous performance. Drame, Allen, Cresswell all leading by example, and a great cameo from the bench from Jan Paveda and Sam Greenwood, who also returned to injury. So Leeds United go 13 points clear at the top of the table. They don't play next week. It's a week off before Newcastle at home on the 15th of March. Thanks once again for joining us here on LUTV.